Welcome to my channel where we cover the lore of Final Fantasy XIV. We cover the stories both big and small, the epic and the cute, the silly and the tragic. I hope you all enjoy the ride, and welcome to the Chronicler of Lore. Tataru's business has been doing well, and in typical Tataru fashion, she's left some more stuff for the Warrior of Light to deliver. She would have been there to hand the Warrior of Light her orders in person, but the woman is currently out in Idleshire doing some business of her own with Rowena, Final Fantasy XIV's greediest woman. There's two places she wants you to take her stuff to this time. Amanalaine de Fortin has spread word of Tataru's boutique all throughout Ishgard, and some people are interested in seeing a few samples. Amanalaine will work out the details, but he's probably doing that because he wants to tag along with you to pester a very specific woman. Megina's made a little progress on that special project for Tataru while you were away too. She's gotten her hands on a very nice sapphire that she thinks will look great as a centerpiece in a necklace, once you find a few things to go along with it. She figures you'll be able to find some things on your trip, so you grab the packages and head off to Ishgard where Amanalaine catches up to you immediately. He says he has two people who are extremely interested in Tataru's products, and one of them, of course, is Laniette. Amanalaine has been doing everything he could to spend time with the woman since Heavensward, and he still hasn't caught on to the fact that she's just not that into him. One day she's going to throw him off of one of those floating islands, but none of that's the Warrior of Light's problem as long as the woman takes Tataru's samples first. Laniette's always happy to see you since she knows how busy you are, and you actually showed up at the perfect time. The relations with the Vanu Vanu have been getting better over time, but some recent events have caused them to have to rethink where they deploy their weapons. Before she can tell you what those events are, Amanalaine comes running up dressed like a warrior trying to impress the woman. He says that Sicard gave him some of Tataru's gear, probably because he knew the man would use them to make a fool out of himself in front of the woman. Since Laniette is a soldier, she's not exactly happy that the man is wasting good armor that could be used to protect actual warriors, and she wants him to take it off and give it back to Sicard so he can deliver it to someone who can actually use it. Well, it turns out that he lied about Sicard giving him a sample of the gear in the first place, and he'd actually stolen it from the man, which is doubly stupid since Sicard is a pirate who is prone to shooting people. Since the two of them are friends, he'll probably shoot him in somewhere like the leg, but Laniette hopes that Amanalaine isn't that unprofessional with the other potential clients he's supposedly found for Tataru. He hasn't been even remotely unprofessional with them because those clients are the Redbills sky pirates, and Leofard wouldn't just shoot him in the leg for messing with him. Laniette's shocked that the man even knows the Redbills since they don't exactly travel in the same social circles, but his house has a wide range of contacts, including the pirates. Ironically enough, sky pirates were the problem that Laniette was getting ready to tell you about. Some pirates have been attacking trading vessels, and they've even robbed the Skysteel manufactory in Ishgard. It's unlikely that Leofard's crew is behind the thefts, but the Warrior of Light and Amanalaine head to the Redbills base to see if they know anything about it. Your old friends are happy to see that you're still alive and well after the whole saving the star thing, but even Leofard knows that fighting monsters isn't nearly as hard as merchant work. What he doesn't know is how you managed to get yourself roped into it, but it does work to his advantage, since the main reason he was interested in Tataru's wares was because it would bring you to him. That's not the only reason, because he still wants the stuff, but he did want to see you. He has a job that could benefit from both your skills and Tataru's very high quality equipment. He's willing to pay you for your help, of course, so the Warrior of Light agrees to join him on the job if he gives some parts for Tataru's necklace in exchange. Since you're all in, he leaves the explaining to Stacia. A group of thieves have been pretending to be sky pirates and have been robbing traders in the area. They call themselves the Monstrous Cockatoos, which sounds wrong in every way you can imagine. And other than giving the pirates a bad name, they made things personal by stealing the parts that the Redbills had got to build the replacement for the Ramil, Leofard's airship that got destroyed in the fight with Diabolos. Once they had realized they'd robbed the Redbills, they ran off to Idleshire to hide after stashing the stuff somewhere. The plan is to go to Idleshire and find them, and beat them up until they tell you where the stuff is. Since the Redbills plan on dealing with the criminals, Amanalaine heads off to let Laniette know what's going on so she can be ready to arrest the thieves once Leofard's done beating on them. The pirate had never expected to team up with the knights, but he doesn't really care as long as he gets his stuff back, so you all head off on your second, much less dangerous mission with the Redbills. Since he's pretty well known, Leofard swaps into some of Tataru's clothes, which he does admit are pretty comfortable, before he lets you know what your part in the plan is going to be. The fake pirates have been doing a good job of hiding, so Leofard wants to spread some rumors about a black market merchant who's trying to buy some very fine, not necessarily legal items, while Leofard follows you around and plays the role of your bodyguard. Since peddlers and adventurers talk a lot, they might be able to point you in the right direction. They have a disguise for you too, since it's not like people wouldn't recognize the Warrior of Light, so you get changed, and then you and Leofard head off. Some of the adventurers you talk to are nice enough to warn you that trying to find sky pirates while looking like you have money is a good way to get robbed, but since that's the entire goal, you keep doing what you're doing. It doesn't take long for you all to reach the top of the rumor mill, right alongside news about some big shot who started working with the fake pirates. Whoever the person is, Leofard's not worried, and since word of your money is spreading, the two of you walk around town until the cockatoos find you. It doesn't take them long to track you down, but almost all of their arrogance leaves when they realize that they've come face to face with Leofard. Almost all of it. See, they've partnered up with someone even more dangerous than Leofard, and that person turns out to be Rodlia and the Talons, a much more brutal group of sky pirates than the Redbills. Her and Leofard have been competitors long before the little Void Ark expedition, but she'll forget their differences if he joins her crew. She'll even give him back his ship parts. Obviously, he never joined her, but he doesn't plan on leaving without the parts, as long as the thieves haven't damaged them by leaving them in wind-aspected territory, which unfortunately it seems like they did. According to Leofard, they had some specialized corrupted crystals in them that would have been made useless if they came in contact with wind sprites. Rodlia gives the cockatoos a look that says they're dead if they damage the stuff, but the pirate says there aren't many wind sprites on Providence Hill, so it'll be fine. The things would have been fine regardless, since everything Leofard said was made up. He just wanted them to say where they had put his stuff so he could send Utata to go and get it. He's kinda surprised that Rodlia didn't know he was bluffing, since any airship that had parts that couldn't handle the wind would be extremely useless. Since bribing him is off the table, Rodlia decides to resort to beating Leofard until he submits, which could have worked, which is why he brought the Warrior of Light along. Once she reveals herself, the cockatoos do the only thing that they can, and that's run for their lives. Since dealing with the cockatoos turned out to be a waste of time, Rodlia decides that she'll deal with Leofard another day, so she takes her talons and leaves, but she'll obviously cause problems later. But since everything's been taken care of, it's back to the Redbills base you go. Utata manages to get all of the airship parts back, so it won't be long before Leofard's ship is finally ready, and the cockatoos have been taken into custody, so that little problem's been dealt with too. Leofard's not a thief, so all of the other stolen goods should end up back where they're supposed to, which means your work is done. Surprisingly enough, Tataru shows up with an old Ellison, and she's as surprised to see you as you are to see her. She had been in Idleshire at the same time that you were there, and Leofard had hunted her down since she seems to have connections everywhere. He was looking for someone specific, and Tataru was able to find the man. The Ellison's name is Duramert, and he's a famous painter. A lot of the items that had been stolen were incredible paintings, all done by him. But Leofard wanted him for more than just to return his property, since he was the one that had painted the portrait of Ramil that Leofard has on his wall. And the woman also just so happened to be his daughter, so technically that makes Duramert Leofard's grandfather since his daughter had adopted the boy. The man was also a lord, but he gave up his title to his son when he started painting full time. In other words, the man has led a busy life. He's always been hard to track down, but Leofard wanted him there to see the new ship that he's dedicated to Ramil fly for the first time. Something that the man wouldn't miss for the world, since he's just as proud of the man Leofard has become as his daughter would have been. With the ship done, you all fly out to test it. While it was great hanging out with the Redbills again, they head off on another adventure, but they promise that if Tataru needs them to deal with any more criminals, they'll come back. Tataru's not one to take a break, and she has some business to take care of in Ishgard with the painter. Since you're someone who's been around a bit, the painter wants you to come with him and to tell him about the adventures you've been on with Leofard, who flies by and tosses the promised gift for Tataru out of his ship for you. After chatting with the painter, he decides to hang out in Ishgard for a while to paint, so the Warrior of Light heads back to Sharlayan, where Magina examines Leofard's gift, which turns out to be a relic from the city of Maak. It's a magic-imbued leather strap that's supposedly unbreakable, which will be perfect for Tataru's necklace, but you'll still need to add more to it in the future. And since Tataru will definitely call on you again, you'll have plenty of time to hunt down more stuff. This concludes the second part of Tataru's grand endeavor. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, ding that notification bell, and if you really want to show your support, you can donate to the channel through the link in the description. Until next time, guys. Later.